Are these people idiots?
Range Wilson, fitness, comedy, life. Funny, but not funny looking.
Let's talk about debt. Anyone out there ever been in debt? Pretty much everyone, right? If you have not been in debt, leave a comment below. You can treat me to dinner sometime. For everybody else, let me know if you've ever said to yourself, I'll figure something out. But I know how to play their game. I'm a smart guy and I figured out how the credit card companies think. I knew how to trick them into thinking that I am a responsible debtor, which I am in my personal life. I've always paid any personal debt and I have always paid my rent on time, just in case my landlord's watching. But the credit card companies are just trying to screw me, so I don't feel bad if I end up screwing them back. After I graduated from Harvard, I got a few credit cards and I ran those up pretty quick. It's tough getting started in life when your family does not help you at all. But I paid every payment on time, I never went over my credit limit, and after a few years, I got all of my credit card debt paid off. So the credit card company said, hey, this guy's a great customer. Let's give him lots and lots of credit. And who was I to argue? I didn't particularly need the credit anymore, but banks want to give it to you when you don't need it. And that's true of many things in life. Money, sex, fame. When you're getting it, you get offered more. If you're not getting it, you're out of luck. Anyway, for a while, I was doing well. I had a high-paying job, my wife had a high-paying job, we had lots of money, I was debt-free, and I had generous lines of credit in place for the day when I would inevitably screw it all up. Sure enough, that day came. I divorced my wife, I quit my high-paying job, I cashed in all my stock, and I moved to Santa Monica, California to start a new life. And my money started running out, and I started running up my credit cards. Now you might think that the credit card companies would get a little concerned at that point. But no, they responded by increasing all my credit limits and sending me checks. They were thinking, hey, here's our chance to really cash in on this guy. He's going to pay us tons of interest and then he's going to pay everything back just like he did last time. But what they didn't know is that my prospects were significantly dimmer than they had been in the past. And I would have told them that if they had asked, because I don't like to lie. But they never asked. They just kept sending me more money. Sure enough, the day eventually came when I had to declare bankruptcy. And I felt a little bit bad about this, unlike Donald Trump. But I got over it pretty quick. Like I said, they were trying to screw me, and I ended up screwing them instead. But then a funny thing happened. Even after my bankruptcy, the bank still kept sending me money. And I'm thinking to myself, are these people idiots? And maybe they are, because they did exactly the same thing with Donald Trump. When 3 of his companies went bankrupt in the early 90s, they gave him even more money. Can you imagine that conversation? Hey, you know that $1 billion you lent me? I lost it all. And the banks come back with, hey, no problem. Here's another $1 billion. Knock yourself out. And they did the same thing with me. On a smaller scale, of course. Hey, maybe I'll become president someday. To justify their confidence in me. So here I am once again with credit card debt that I cannot make payments on. I even got into some trouble with the IRS, and that is trouble you do not need in your life. But I was smart about it. The first thing I did was I got rid of all my stuff. I lead a simple life, as you can see in one of my previous videos. Second, I filed my tax returns, but just didn't pay. And there's not much they can do to you in that situation. As long as you file, you can't get in any real trouble. They can try and take your stuff, but I don't have any stuff. Or they can try and garnish your wages, but I don't make enough for them to be able to do that. I'm judgment proof. It was an interesting conversation, though, with the IRS. They called me up on the phone and asked me some questions. First they said, "Do you have assets greater than blah, blah, blah?" And I said, "No." Then they asked, "Is your income higher than blah, blah, blah?" And I said, "No." Then they asked, "Is there anyone in your family who can help you pay off your debt?" And I said, "No." And they said, "We are suspending our collection efforts." I said, "That's it?" They said, "That's it. Let us know if your situation changes." I said, "Of course, I'll let you know the second I get any money. Okay, bye." So that's how broke I am. Even the IRS has given up on getting money from me. But don't feel bad for me. I mean, I'll figure something out. But if you do feel bad for me, consider making a donation on my website. I will deeply appreciate any amount at all. Best of all, it's tax-free, at least for now. Like this video if you liked it, share on social media, leave a comment below, and most importantly, subscribe. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.